is In Focus. I'm John Lieberman, joined by a very special guest today. Kristen Reynolds wears a few different hats at SAP. She has her day job as Senior Director of Procurement Product Strategy for SAP, but we have her here today with us because she's also the Global Ambassador Lead for the coaching program at SAP. Kristen, it's good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too, John. Thank you for having me.
So Kristen, we were just talking off the air. I didn't even know personally that SAP had a coaching program at all. So let me ask you, tell us a little bit about this coaching program and how's it different than kind of, therapy or what we think of as therapy?
Yeah, so coaching is a unique practice that helps people improve really any aspect of their lives. In a business setting, what this really looks like is a professional coach will ask really thought-provoking questions, resource-oriented questions of a client who's looking to make improvements in really, again, any aspect of their life. One use case could maybe be overcoming a barrier professionally to obtain certain goals that they want personally, maybe work-life balance. And so by asking these sort of thought-provoking, powerful questions, the coach then is aiming at enabling the client to find the resources within themselves so that they can then make that transformation that they're looking for in their life. It's very different actually than therapy or consulting, even counseling, in that it doesn't prescribe, coaching doesn't prescribe. They more partner with their clients towards solutions, towards achieving their goals. We don't really look at the past so much as we do heavily focus on the future. So those are some of the key differentiators. And we don't give advice. It's a totally advice-free zone, and it's highly confidential in a neutral, judgment-free zone.
So if you don't give advice as a coach, what do? You give guidance, or you turn it around on the person to get them to sort of start to figure things out on their own?
Exactly. I mean, the underlying premise is that the client has their own inner resources and the answers within themselves. So in fostering that self-reflection through asking key questions, the client then can arrive at their own conclusions.
So obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes.
What are you seeing in terms of what people are wanting, coaching or direction on now? Is it different than what it was pre-COVID, and is demand also exploding?
Yes, we're actually seeing a rise in coaching demand because of the global pandemic. I mean, if we take a step back and we really consider that human beings already have a lot on their plate with balancing their personal lives as well as their professional lives, and then you insert the backdrop of a global pandemic, and that can even make it more difficult to navigate. So offering these kinds of programs are a fantastic way to show support to employees. The key, however, is that it's really wrapped in empathy.
How do you measure success?
That's a very good question. So a lot of organizations want to be able to measure their coaching program to really underscore that, in fact, the North Star of this is that the coaching program has a positive impact on the organization. So it's really key to have both operational data to support a solid coaching program, and that it has a positive impact, as well as experience data. So a traditional approach that some organizations have taken would be something like, is my organization more productive as a result of coaching? Are my customer issues reduced as a result of the coaching program? We've yielded results that show that individuals or employees who have coaches are twice as likely to write up their goals and achieve those business goals than employees perhaps without, and that retention of employees overall in organizations that have coaching are much higher. Now, these kinds of operational areas also have to be balanced with more intangible results as well, and the experience of coaching. So in other words, when a client experiences the coaching session, how do they feel afterwards? Do they have more positive emotions? Do they have more positive thinking? Can this information that they learned out of their coaching session actually be directly applied to their job today. And we have shown about 97% of people that have coaching sessions say they can directly apply what they learned in their coaching session to their role today, which is really exciting.
Before we let you go, Kristen, let me ask you this. We talked about, the topical nature of COVID happening and how that is working
Yes.
with coaching. But let me ask you this, nearly every company right now is facing questions about race, diversity, inclusion. Is this an area where coaching can help as well?
Absolutely an area that coaching can help. In fact, highly recommended that a flagship program or programs be developed around diversity within the coaching program to help employees have more self-awareness. Answer questions like, I'm working in a global virtual team now. How do I work within that in a better way? What are maybe some self-awareness areas that can help me work more fluidly in my team? And it really starts too with not only having a flagship program that can help embrace diversity within the team, but also making sure that the pool of coaches themselves are diverse and are representing the diversity of the company that they're serving.
This is fascinating. I literally knew nothing about this prior to, this conversation coming about. Kristen Reynolds, Global Ambassador Lead of the coaching program here at SAP. Kristen, thanks for your time and your good work, and good talking to you.
Thank you, John. Thank you for your time.